Listen up, Earth Angels. In this new season of your life, your pleasure is the point. Mm. I feel like in past seasons, you might have prioritized other things, getting outside of your comfort zone, healing, um, building discipline, and that season is over. You've learned the lessons you needed to from those phases, and I keep seeing and hearing that this next season, your pleasure is the point. Okay, let's get into it. Um, First of all, though, hi, my name is Sheba. I'm a transformation specialist, sovereignty coach, and ex lawyer, and I empower women, leaders, and creators to unleash their true selves, walk in purpose as divine disruptors, and create the life of their dreams. So, yeah, your pleasure is the point. Ooh, I know for some of you, including me, uh, like that is outside of your comfort zone. That is also you pushing outside of your comfort zone. It's easier. We're taught, we've seen modeled for us, um, like having shame about our pleasure and deprioritizing it, and you know, um, I don't know, just yeah, like having a lot of discomfort around it, and kind of being like, what's the purpose of it? Listen, you're gonna see. Yeah, spirit needs you to stretch, increase your capacity to feel and receive pleasure, your desires, what you want, your tastes, your preferences. So you're gonna have to do the maybe, uncomfortable work of getting to know yourself, getting to know your tastes, getting to know what you like. Because there's going to be a lot of experiences that are coming into your life, opportunities, people, um, that are there to please you, give you pleasure, and make sure you don't push it away because you've got some, healing to do, some hang up, some attachments around your pleasure, maybe a little shame around it. I get it. I see you. I am you. We all have a lot of shame around our pleasure, our feelings, our desires, our wants. We've been taught that they're shameful and they're bad and they're harmful and they're selfish. But in this next season, you're going to have to unlearn all that. And the discomfort, the uncomfortable work you're going to have to do is opening yourself up to receive. And this takes some vulnerability. It takes a little trust in the universe. It takes releasing control. If you get too much in your head, in your mind, you can talk yourself out of your pleasure. You know that. No matter what, gender you are or sex you are, you know, when you start to think about intimacy too much, when you start to get in your head about what you're doing, it can kind of ruin smexy times. You or someone else might be trying to give you pleasure, and then you start thinking about, oh, this time in high school when something happened, or your parents, or your pastor, or younger versions of you who had learned stories that it was like bad and wrong to feel pleasure. Maybe you had experiences, trigger warning, that made you link pleasure with non-consent, with pain. And so you're still a little unsure. It still feels a little like, oof, unfamiliar, really claiming your pleasure. Man, both my therapist and my business mentor had given me for an exercise. They said to spend like 5 minutes doodling. And it was actually kind of hard for me because like, I was kind of the mind like, what's the point of doodling? Like I understand journaling, what can come out of that. Like, I understand like, the value of resting. But like doodling, I was like, what's like the point of it? Um, and I'm realizing the more I do it, one, I get to know myself, um, and how I think, how I perceive things. Um, and my pleasure is the point. Enjoying myself. I enjoy like doing the thing and then kind of interpreting it, being like, ooh, this is like a channeled message from spirit, or one of those ink blot tests, or like really modern, like cubist, surrealist art masterpiece. And it's fun, it's enjoyable. Ooh, I love it. And I had to like talk myself out of the idea that it was a waste of time, that it was a waste of paper, that like, there was something wrong with it. A lot of times throughout my day, which is a day of expansion and leisure and, connection with spirit and flow, there'll still be times where I'm like, what should I be doing? Like, has it been long enough since I last smoked? I don't want to do it too much. Or, should maybe I should read a book, or I should, journal. And I start shitting all over myself, and I start judging what I want. I start judging my desire. I forget that my pleasure is the point. And so you're going to be seeing in this new season, a lot of time, like a lot of things are going to be pleasing you. You're going to get a lot of the things that you've wanted, that you've been praying for, that you've been manifesting, and it's going to come in. And you're going to want to be able to receive it. You're going to want to be able to enjoy it. Your next steps will come through the process of enjoying yourself, being pleased. So, yeah, all of this abundance, expansion, growth, recognition is coming in. And so your pleasure is kind of like it's a little bit of a compass of where you're supposed to go in every given moment. What do you want to do? What do you desire to do? What would please you? Get used to asking yourself that, checking in with yourself throughout the day, throughout the days, throughout the week. What do you want? I just heard that, what was that movie? The Notebook. What do you want? What do you want? She's like, I don't know. I don't know. That might be a lot of us, We're so used to not only not getting what we want, but for people not caring about what we want. And so we learn to not care about what we want. We start to doubt what we want. But we're unlearning that now, okay? Because what you want is correct. What you want is leading you closer to your highest self, your wealthiest, most abundant, most powerful self. The most authentic version of you knows what they want and prioritizes that, prioritizes their pleasure. They have discernment and are able to detach from people, situations, circumstances that do not prioritize or consider their pleasure. And you've been embodying this new version of you recently. So you've been getting to know what you like, what you desire, your tastes, your preferences. And you're going to be getting, the more you appreciate what you appreciate, you're going to have other people who are going to be like, whoa, that's so cool. I love your style. I love your tastes. I love how your mind works. You have such an eye for beauty, for design, for life. Mm. Y'all, our air conditioning went out and it's 77 degrees outside. Inside, 89 degrees. Like you guys might be like, "Oh, Sheba, did you just get out of a pool? You're sweating. You're like so wet and wearing a bathing suit." No, babe, it's just super hot in here. Mama's hot. Big sis is hot. And all day I was thinking, I wanna, there's this message I wanna deliver. I pulled this like amazing tarot spread that is gonna be really powerful through the Lionsgate portal, which is through the 12th. But, and I'm really excited about it and I wanna give it and I don't wanna over prepare on it. But I got the cards out and things and I was ready and I was just like sweating. I was just so hot. And I was like, actually, this is starting to not be fun. This is starting to be unpleasurable. And so I was like, all right, what would please me more? You know, doing this thing that I've been wanting to do. I've been saying, oh, I'm going to do this. I should do this. No, not shitting on myself. What do I want? I don't know. I just want to give the message. And this was a message that I heard like a month ago and I've kept hearing over and over again. And I think I'm going to keep hearing. So we're going to probably do another episode about this because it's so important. Your pleasure is leading you. I don't know. It's just connecting you to spirit. It's connecting you to source. It's connecting you to your higher self. And so you're going to have to start trusting yourself. And every time you bring front of mind your desire and then you take inspired action to fulfill it, you're building self-trust. It's like you're going out on a date with yourself. You're dating yourself. You're just like trying to get to know you and like what you like, what your tastes are, you know, what you prefer, and then you're giving it to yourself. And it's beautiful. It's teaching the world, the universe, how to treat you. And so if you're out here being ashamed of what you want, not claiming it, not investing in it, not giving it to yourself, you know, it's going to be harder for other people to give it to you, right? Because they might give it to you and you might be like, oh, no, oh, no, no, oh, I shouldn't. No, I feel guilty about that. No, I got your pleasures, what you want, your desires. They're there to help you. They're here to keep you moving forward. They're here. I don't even know what to say. Anyway, I've delivered the message. Whew. So let me know what you think, okay? Like, comment, subscribe. If you'd like a personal reading or you want to work with me in other ways, head on over to my website, ShebaNewmanBlount.com, and go back and watch some of these episodes. They're standalone, but there's also a beautiful common theme through them. And yeah, you're going to see how I became the woman who went from easily receiving $5,000 every month to effortlessly receiving $100,000 $100,000 every single month. And that is because I know what I want and I give myself what I want. And I know that my pleasure is the point. Yeah, man, it's hot. But I'm so fucking grateful that we have these fans that, I mean, you know, we have a beautiful house and like it's still pretty pleasant even though it's very hot. So, I'm just very grateful. Hope that repairman comes tomorrow. Anyway, I love you so much. Um I see you. I love you. I'll talk to you, Earth Angels, tomorrow, okay?